Going back from 12 years old, 13 years old, I fell into Pornhub. Can't say the word because, you know, YouTube gonna probably flag you. I remember the first video I came across, I quickly turned it off and got scared because I just thought, yo, like, what is going on? Like, all I just see is a man and a woman doing stuff, and they're screaming. At 13, that does something to your brain because the whole time during your childhood, you're innocent. You're not knowing what's going on. All you're doing is just playing outside, playing with your toys, watching cartoons. That's all you know. Then it turned into watching it right after school, before school. It was pretty bad to the point where in high school, sometimes I would used to flex, oh, I watch this, I watch that to my friends. And looking back, it's like, that's embarrassing, bro. Like, this is not something to flex about. But I wanted to use Temple Run because Temple Run, you know, I played it when I was a kid on the iPod. You know, it was very fun. I came across the game while online, just like always doing my research, reading stuff, right? The game just made me think of like one thing, right? And a lot of it has to do with, like, you know, in the Bible as well, like to flee, to run from your, you know, triggers, whatever will get you to do something you're not supposed to do. You're running from your demons. You're running from, you know, you're running from your thoughts. You're running from, you know, the bad that's coming behind you, right? You know, looking back in high school, you know, that's my past. You know, that's all beside me now. I have to look forward. I have to do better. Too much time. Sometimes, you know, when we're scrolling, we're in our bed, that's where the devil tries to creep up on us. The journey was really, really tough because a lot of the times I would even come across people in high school. There was this one guy, I'm not gonna say his name. He was very addicted to corn. Like, he would go around, like, I remember one time he grabbed my phone and he literally searched up Pornhub.com and just pulled up, like, you know, the things that he was into. And at the time, I didn't really look at him weird because it's like, you know, like, again, you're a teenager, you're innocent, you think this is good, but looking back at it, bro, it's demonic. It's not good at all. 10th grade came, it was like the same thing. My parents don't even know this, but sometimes I would skip class. Sometimes I wouldn't go to school because of the fact that I was depressed. I was, like, when you're a teenager, like, you're just so depressed, you're so down about yourself, like, you know. And this was before I even worked out as well, like, before I even got into the gym, before I really, like, thought about, like, just self-care, taking care of yourself. Like I don't know what it is, like, when you were a teenager, you just depressed about stuff, and it makes no sense because it's like, man, you ain't got no bills, like. But yeah, 10th grade, man, like, it was bad. Like, sometimes I'll literally lie to my mom and tell her that, oh, there's a holiday today, because I just did not feel like going to school. My dad, he kind of caught on to that because my dad is that one Caribbean parent, like, he's not stupid. Like, he knows when you have school. He knows because he keeps up with everything. 11th grade came, you know, I gained a little bit of confidence. You know, I started, you know, doing sports. I started working out a little bit. Came across this girl who I had a huge crush on. The first time I looked at her, bro, like, it was instant lust. Like, the things that, you know, attract me in a woman. I ended up following that person the same day. And, you know, she followed me back, right? And from there, you know, I messaged her on Instagram. But the whole time I'm, like, so shy about it because whenever I would see her in person, I would just hide, or I would just, like, not really talk. I would just not say anything. Like, and I'm gonna be so honest, like, I would not even blame that girl if she saw me weird, because it's like, yo, like, why are you not confident a little bit? Like, why are you so shy? Because a lot of times, like, you know, she would text me and she would say, hey, like, you know, sometimes you never say hi to me. You know, why is that? Like, sometimes you just never really, talk. Sometimes, like, I'm just having a bad day. Like, I would always just pull that excuse, like, oh, I'm just having a bad day. But the whole time, it's like, that lust, that just those sexual thoughts, bro. Like, those sexual thoughts is ruining you because you don't even know how to act around a female. You're just acting mad uncomfortable for no reason. And the whole time, one time she joked and said, hey, like, what if we were, like, just together, like, what if we were just boyfriend and girlfriend? Just kind of brushed up. I was like, haha, so funny, like, I'm just using her as a lesson because she would always just show that initial interest. But because of my lust, because of just, not having confidence in myself, it ruined a lot of, like, it ruined a lot of things, even friendships, right? Like, people look at you different when you're not confident, when you're, a little socially awkward. People treat you different, when you don't love yourself, like, people treat you how you love yourself. There's been times where, I got the whole time lust is just making me do, like, really, really stupid things, like, like things that I would not do if I had just looked at women normally. Even now, like, it's 10 times better because, I found purpose in my life. I found things that I enjoy to do. I found things to help me enjoy myself in a healthy way. But even sometimes, like, having Instagram, having these, like, this phone, like, like, sometimes you have to turn off this phone because sometimes this phone will literally trap you into, like, you end up following somebody, you end up following a girl, and let's say if she posts this very, appealing pictures, like, your eyes is a very powerful thing. You might look at those pictures and just think, like, and it's so funny because people will say, like, oh, that's you, it's because it's because you're thinking that way. It's because at the end of the day, it is completely normal for a human being to be attracted to whoever gender you're attracted to. It is normal. So, another thing too, I want to say, temptation is always going to be there, no matter what. It's gonna be there. So, because for a while I battled with that to the point where I said, I'm never gonna lust again. No, lust is gonna be there. No, even when you're in a relationship, lust is gonna be there. It's just whether or not can you control it. Because if you let that lust control you, it's over. The club, drinking. I think it was my first relationship that made me realize that. Is that why am I sitting here watching people I don't know? Why am I sitting here putting my time and energy into, like, I don't think people realize that. You are literally putting your energy into people who aren't real. Especially if you're doing it 2-3 times a day. 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Like, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Like, think about that, y'all. Think about that. There's 24 hours in a day. And going back to the Temple Run thing, flee from it, run from it, get away, do whatever you can. If you have to unfollow. I had to do that. There's certain people in my past that I liked, and every time they post something like attraction, like, it's still high. I had to unfollow them. TikTok, like, sometimes very, attractive women will pop up on my page and they would just show, like, a lot of, you feel me? Unfollow. Not interested. Or not, whatever the thing is, like, I don't want to see this post. Twitter. Y'all, delete Twitter. Delete. Please. I know it's a battle, but we gotta do it. delete Twitter, delete. Because I also need to tell myself that too. If you're in a committed relationship, do not put yourself in situations where you can do something that you're not supposed to be doing, and that you might regret for the rest of your life. Like, real talk. Don't do it. Don't do it. Flee. Temple Run. Flee. They coming after you. Flee. To the left. To the right. Jump. If you have to jump over obstacles, jump. Flee. Don't turn around. If I was to turn around right now, I'm driving. If I was to turn around right now, eventually, if I'm not looking forward, I'm gonna crash. And I know these are one of these videos where some people might laugh at this video, some people might, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because, I just want to tell y'all my story about, just the journey of just lust, the journey of just life, If you're in high school, do the things now. Get busy now. Build good habits now. So now that when you're 23, just like me, you're in a better place. On my way to work. I just really hope y'all got value from this video. Love y'all, man. Peace.